one reason that I wrote this play, the original script, was because we read often in the news about a young person who is shot dead. And it's a little tiny article, maybe a name, sometimes not a name, it's one sentence. And so there's a huge story behind that one sentence. And the ramifications on the family and friends and neighbors and cousins, grandparents, is never considered at all. So I mean, what I was attempting to do with this was to highlight that.
Chicago, I grew up in a neighborhood that have seen a lot of what you displayed here today. So thank you for being able to show what happens after the tragedy to the families of the victims. So thank you and great job.
I thought you did that beautifully. All of you did that so beautifully, where you would feel like you were in the practical day-to-day world, and then suddenly you would be in this world with the spirit, with the bells, and, and you could just like go back and forth between those worlds so beautifully, and it was really beautiful to watch.
What I'd like to know is what you learned about yourself while preparing and performing this play. Yes.
How, like, I knew like I could act, but like not like this, like I knew I could be like, okay, yeah, can't take me serious, but yeah, I knew I was gonna be here.
I learned that I could put just a lot of bass in my voice. And I learned that when you help to, it's always better to help be a part of something bigger than myself, for me, than to just do something on my own.
Well, when I first joined, I didn't really know what I was getting into, and then I realized that we would be acting, and at first I was like, I don't know if I know how to do that. And then once I started getting into it and like really doing it, I was like, oh, this is something I actually really, really like, and this is now, acting is now top on my list for future career choices.
The dreamlike space that takes you into that living with loss, living with death, into a hopeful, dreamy space where people can remain connected to their spirits and to each other. And from the likes of it, it seems like you guys are very, very connected through this kind of grief work, which is, I mean, I'm putting it to you, does it seem like, even though it's really sad and kind of dark, that it sort of lightens you after doing it?
For me, I mean, melancholy, I mean, there's light in melancholy, light in the darkness, hope. And these people they were making art, you know what I mean, out of a heavy subject. And that's pretty intricate, and who you're gonna please. But it was just a beautiful piece of work for me, you know. It was like, you know, a great collaboration.
I feel released, and I just feel, yeah, I'm happy that I just did it, and I just got over it, and I was yeah, like the whole thing in general was just heartbreaking, but it's like relatable, and it's like just sad to actually be having to go through it and witness other people going through it. And it's just...
When I first did this play, and I got to sit here and, you know, speak to the audience and get their thank yous and acknowledgments, it felt very accomplishing, And I was happy because in the beginning, I was excited to start out and, be a part of something bigger than me. And when I, finish it off, it's like, it feels like I did something that's gonna make a difference and that's gonna leave a mark